Rachel, there's a lot of hot takes out there in the world.
Yeah.
But I feel like Real Talk has the hottest, the freshest. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if our hot takes were presented to you in a box and you open that box, it would just melt your face off and probably your brain inside of your skull. And you would die, but you would die knowing that, like, damn, that was hot and fresh. Here's my hot take for today. Okay?
What's your hot take?
Sometimes I watch boxing, and I'm thinking about people. Why don't people love boxing like me? And then I watch boxing. I'm watching it, and then I'm like, okay, I see why they don't like it. Because sometimes boxing can be a little boring, right? You got two fighters in there that are just running into each other, not throwing a lot of punches, not connecting on a lot of punches. Or like fights where you see one guy's clearly winning, but the fight, is going to last 36 minutes, 12 3-minute rounds. So I can get how it can be boring. Recently, as you know, have started kind of slipping into the other side over here with the MMA people, watching some Bellator, primarily because of the Zone. And at first I was like, oh, I get why people love MMA. This is more exciting because the rounds are longer, there's not as many of them, and then these guys are always throwing knockout punches because that's what they do, right? They have the smaller gloves. A lot more stuff that's legal. Yeah, so they can throw knee. Like, I saw a dude, like, he sent his knee through another man's chin and it came out the top of his head. I've seen some crazy things in just a short amount of time. But then, as I was watching fights recently as well, including the Conor McGregor, Khabib fight, and then also Fedor versus Chael Sonnen, I was like, oh, MMA can also be boring. And it's precisely which is a big part of MMA, when you go to the ground. This is what I kind of thought when I first stumbled upon MMA around UFC 2, right? Is that, I don't really want to watch this guys run on the ground until somebody does some little weird thing I don't understand and then the person taps out. They're both kind of the same, I guess that's what I'm saying. Because here's the truth, right? MMA and boxing can both be really, really boring unless you just happen to want to like this one thing. Like, I want to love boxing, I feel like. And so I put up with a lot from boxers and say, like, well, he's doing this. It's boring because he's trying to make the weight so he can win the fight. But the same could be said for the guy rolling around the ground. I watched MMA, it was Bellator, and it was Ryan Darth Bader versus Matt Mitrione. And Bader's just like a great wrestler, right? And he just ran and tackled that dude. And then, like, it was just like, it was on top of him the whole time. And the other guy underneath him was like, trying to get up. Can't get up. That's how he should fight, because he's going to win the fight. And there's something, like, awesome about that. Kind of like when you would see Floyd Mayweather defensive wizardry his way through 12 rounds. There's the same kind of appreciation. So really, what I guess what I'm saying is, both are kind of boring. And it's all, like, up to you what you want to appreciate. And you can appreciate both if you want. Rachel appreciates neither.
What the?
What do you appreciate?
Well, I am also a baseball fan.
Yeah.
And so I hear some people who are like, I just can't watch baseball. It's so boring, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I like baseball, but I do. And
to
me...
That's the hottest take that we've had yet.
To me, I'm just gonna, like, it's not about being excitedly entertained in drama the whole time. Instead, like, if I'm gonna sit down and watch a baseball game or a boxing match, it's like it's a whole, like, event unto itself.
Yeah.
And that I know, for the next 3 hours, here's what I'm doing. And I'm not just staring at that the whole time, Like, if I go to a baseball game, it's about being, like, outside and with people. And so I think the same thing for me is boxing.